flyers. I was just thinking of the action plan, just to really start it off.
So I get it.
It will take more than 2 or 3 months
Okay.
to have the whole project.
Would you want us to, once you kind of get it started, would you want us to just kind of post about the flyer on the website?
Yeah, I'm writing a story about it.
Okay, cool.
Like a quick announcement.
Mhm.
Then I was thinking for the awareness and promotion,
Mhm.
just to give it out to student life. This is I did the sign up sheet.
Oh, the QR code?
Yeah, so you
Awesome.
can sign up and yeah, I was just thinking about the setting up tables,
Oh, yeah, we're good.
reaching out to
Some days
all
better.
the student organizations. Just
I think, yeah,
help
I think
promote.
this would be a great idea because
Maybe reaching out to media, professors. So, yeah, just to raise awareness and maybe work with some people.
And Kim, I call another communications teacher, will be here next month.
so that we could, if you want, we
Yeah.
could set time aside if you want to pitch that. to
Okay.
him. Perfect.
Okay.
So, I like this idea because I mean, everyone wants to do a podcast. So,
Yeah,
I think
especially now it's
Yeah.
trending.
and then, I guess if once it's going through, if you want to be the lead for the project and have people sign up, you can kind of set up whoever you want to do the contest.
Yeah.
Kind of reviewing the contest, maybe with Sam or something.
Yeah.
And I really like this, and the poster, I like it a lot, very vibrant.
Yeah.
So maybe we have someone who could design our poster for the Attorney General.
Yeah, I mean, I have the subscription for the website, so I think the flyer as well.
That'd be awesome.
I'm gonna
And
put
we
that
can
down.
share the picture and all the other information that you sent us for the Attorney General. You want to make a mock-up. I mean, everyone can try too.
Let's work smarter, not harder. We wanted to reach out to like political. I don't mind coming up with questions again and like, because like, even if we end up having the same as a student body, we don't want to wait till the last minute on
Yeah.
theirs, like.
I definitely agree with you because that last couple of days.
7 hours.
Yeah, you may want to develop a timeline,
Mhm.
and then from when you want to share the information with the student body and their deadline to get back to you
Okay.
with their questions for you then to sift through and sort through.
We'll reach out
Organize
to,
them.
if Sam joins us today, we'll ask her if she wants to start creating that Google form again. And then we can, or have that ready by the time.
That's right. When you're ready to make the announcement. And then it'd be great that in working with TCC today and the student today and
Mhm.
marketing, that everything's released simultaneously.
And it's there that they can just answer questions or ask questions.
And as we work with student life, they can have it on the
Oh, yeah.
television
TVs.
monitors, and maybe the QR code is there too for people to.
No, absolutely. That'd be great. Yeah, definitely. We could also spend a day where we all come together on Monday and plan, maybe, and then,
What about roles during?
well, since this would just be a Q&A, right?
So we could have a moderator. And you could even have somebody sitting up on the stage with them and or maybe people, panelists. So there are different ways to do this. He could be at a podium by himself. Or again, you could have someone interacting with him. In addition to having 2 panelists there, and then there's the moderator,
Okay.
just to open. So. Probably a variety of
Can the
different
moderator
ways.
be the person sitting there?
You could, but if we want to give everybody an opportunity to play a role, I'm creating these additional spots.
So he may be kind of like what we did with Monroe and your favorite, Karen. We can have him sitting like we had that stage.
That's right.
He can be sitting
That's
up
right.
there,
That's right.
and then I don't know. I guess I wouldn't be too awkward with him by himself. But, if it's over an hour, he'd probably want to sit.
Right.
Stand.
Yeah, I would think so.
And
Yeah,
then you have a table with water,
that's right.
and then. But
We'll
if we had panelists, what would they do?
Well, you could have the person sitting in the chair start off with a question or two,
Okay.
and we're going to turn it over to other members of the newspaper staff to ask you questions about national security or about National Guard, whatever the subject would be, and then come back to that person. there are just different ways you can do this. It's up for us to decide, but I want to give everybody an opportunity to participate more than just one person. So
This
kind of think
one,
of different ways.
this wouldn't be something that we would let the people who are attending ask questions, or what?
They're gonna ask their questions in advance. You can be a little disruptive, because you can already see, professional, if you don't have people sifting through your questions, they end up grandstanding. They end up having a personal beat. They end up somehow hijacking your program and probably putting a sour point on it. Because then you can't take the microphone from them. Because they wanted, instead of, some people don't know the distinction between asking a question and making a statement.
That's true. Okay.
And then our program is torpedoed, ruined, and soured because this one person came in and was so selfish to undermine the intent of what we were trying to do. So that's how you avoid that. They need to turn their questions in advance. That important. Then you should have known, turn your questions in advance, and we're not. I would just want to limit.
Yeah.
And if you decide you want to give people in the audience an opportunity, we can pass out cards and they can go to the table where and they can sit through them if they want.
I think you're right. I think having well, when we send out that Google form in advance, I think that'd be fine. I think that would probably better. And then
If we do our job, we should have very few people, if any, that would have a question to ask, because that means that, we got the word out. We're gonna have flyers posted. So we're gonna try to do all we can to be sure everybody who needs to know about this knows about it. Or within the college community. People find out outside, that's fine too, but they're gonna have the same data. We're gonna hopefully make it available to them. And then they have to distinguish, we'll have to, hopefully in her form, we have their name and their T number. And if somebody were to submit something and they're not a student, we need to, here's a question from the community.
okay.
They're gonna be in a separate class than questions from students.
Would we want to, in the form, include, should it be like their name or anything included if they want?
You could say T Smith or GLS.
Or should these all just be anonymous?
Well, you can, but I would not give a full name. So we have to kind of work around that. But again, if we give the first name and last initial, last name, student T Smith asked this.
Okay. And then,
Just kind of protect now we can give that an option. If you guys want to give people the option of whether you want to have your name announced or not announced, then that's for you guys to decide. So
okay.
What if we keep it anonymous and if somebody wants to speak to whoever raised that question, come up and ask question, and we can look it up and give them the name.
say it one more time.
So instead of like giving out the name or just saying out their names, we could, if whoever is interested on who raised the question could come up and ask us for the name.
But tell you the truth, we should not, that should be proprietary information. We don't have an obligation to tell people.
Yeah, and taking
That's
credit
for our protection. That
communal.
we shouldn't be making this community knowledge. They should feel, because you tell me if people will be less reluctant, they know their information will be divulged. They'd be less reluctant to ask a question if they believe that their identity. Some people are very private, they don't want to be, I don't know, so. Yeah, but I mean, if we need to keep that to ourselves. I don't think we need to share anything about it. So,
For this again.
well, you guys, again, if we need to also determine the topics, economy, immigration, marijuana, illegal camps, whatever else is out there. And so we need to do homework. What does an attorney general do? And as we understand what attorney general does, then we'll know the questions to ask the attorney general, because that's primarily here in the context of him being attorney general. Now, if he happens to throw anything else in there about other activities he's involved in, such as running for governor, that's fine, but that's not the purpose and the intent.
Right.
He has to be very careful himself, because he can get in trouble if he's out there campaigning on state time. So he can't be coming here as attorney general, but by the way, I'm running for governor, this is my platform. Do that. That could be some issues for him, and he doesn't want to be, I don't think, because we're gonna record this.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be available, and he probably wants to be sure, okay, I need to keep this to where there's no, every time he goes out, he's talking about running for governor.
That's
he could
that,
get in
you
trouble.
should come and let people get to know him. As he goes.
That's right.
Maybe next year come out and start campaigning.
Yeah. And he more likely, we received him well, and he could come back, and I would think if we wanted to invite him back as a candidate, the only problem with that, then we probably have to invite all the candidates.
Do a whole debate, you know.
Which could happen. Which could happen.
Would we have
Kevin
space
sit
for
in
that?
the fall.
Or could we give space big enough for that?
Well, we could
I just,
give tickets out, limited capacity, and then for those who can't attend, they're gonna watch it online.
Buy a ticket and we'll reap the profit.
Well, you could charge, but maybe not.
I agree. I
We
support
could
it.
all just get
Charge,
scholarships after that. I mean, I'm down for that.
I'll let you guys work that out.
We'll find we'll just get Olive Garden, get those round tables out there, have a dinner debate.
Hey, that might actually be a cool concept though. A
dining
debate
debate.
over like dinner or. you know,
Debate and
something like
dine.
that.
They're all in a round table on the stage, and casual, but then we take away the food. That's what we look at.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of, it puts everybody in a level playing field because everybody is
Probably
like
we
in
have to
their,
avoid being a
in
state
their
institution as
personal element, you know what I mean? It's just like eating, it's being casual and then it's like, boom, okay, so then.
Because if we
It
start
hits and then
using
you
this
just kinda-
campaign.
You have to be ready for it or you
Means everybody else like,
like that, so they have.
Wait, you invited
They
me.
know it's coming.
Yeah, we're saying like, everyone eats, like, some people before, as it's starting.
They could just.
And then after we take away, we have like the servers, take away the plate.
President.
That's when it's really.
Find the
They're
candidate.
bogged down from.
Where's my
they're
name?
gonna like you're saying, the comfort
Well,
zone.
yeah.
So then everyone's just like, come out. Wow, every kind of day.
That'd be cool, I mean, you could bring your food element too, and like,
Tyson, so
kinda like.
we were just been the one
Local restaurant,
making
where,
like a lot.
you know, their best dish.
And I imagine he's gonna use his best judgment.
He
Content with them,
was
advertise for
fighting
them, there's your sponsor, boom,
Tyson
like.
chicken.
They were definitely.
He gets slapped on the wrist.
Local.
State, he's probably gonna come down state, or like state staff.
Overturned it.
That's something we'll see next year when.
His occupation. We're not gonna say anything about it. We're gonna-
Keep an eye on this. We're gonna get a drink. What do you want? Let's. Okay, we still got. Plenty of time.
Acceptable and someone like might join something. Like a car show, let's say. And be like, well, I don't really know. Also,
Mellow will be required.
sometimes.
Sam maybe
something
then
like-
form.
And
End of the day.
Reach out to
and
me.
you really ends up being like, I don't know
Tomorrow.
what you have.
I'll be a part of questions.
It was-
Any role you want to play.
The car show
Pre-production
is-
of
is
That's
around,
right.
I can always like find a way.
like
to
the
do it.
attorney general.
We'll help them
There's
out,
certain
but you
things
know,
things like do to prepare.
What
is there
happens?
anything
is it acceptable
want
that
to contribute,
you don't
like
wanna let
she's gonna
somebody
do
you
the
want?
hiring?
You said, there's nothing here. I guess,
I'll be a part of the
board is probably
question.
running that situation today. Now it's wasting your time, so whatever, do your due diligence, to be sure. I'm gonna go cover the bill. Be sure there's something else that's reach out to, because I don't have my time of value. I
Sorry,
don't have
people
time to sit
do,
Okay.
which are probably the same people
I
should
just
reach
walk
out to
away.
or some of them anyway.
It may not be so like, that's
but
good
just
to have
try
two
to-
people on.
Just try to get the word out as much as possible, and then if she's working on a flyer, I may wait until the flyer. You can actually share the flyer. Like,
So that'll be step one.
well, the promotion, UPR. That's not, I wouldn't necessarily say step one, I would call that like a consistent,
Signatures on it,
like.
and then once you contact HR, should then reach you.
They have reached me, they are.
Think about school.
Like, I'm trying to figure out
Also,
how we do it, we punch it, saying what we want to do.
Notifications, they were probably responding to emails.
Like,
I
take
don't know-
questions.
I don't know how much
from,
activity was going on.
you know, like,
We're gonna
So
do like
we
a
should
Google
be
form,
now
formatting,
This week.
Google form.
Yeah, I was working on how to work out. I do want to recruit the format of it. I'm gonna let you help me out, like what we do it the same way we did the mayoral. And we know kind of what.
Also, I was thinking of getting in a social.
I know,
Four
have
panelists,
anything
But
in
for-
mind.
something
Do I
like
can
that.
do it now, or I have to wait for an okay from?
You have to, letter from the HR.
Okay.
Yes, if you got the job, you will submit, you will send this letter to Jennifer, to the introduction. Then they will, with your document.
What did they get from the mayor? You got a job from the YMCA. And. Yeah, they're doing a background check. Please like AC. Is it please check? Electronic.
So as long as you have, you will end up getting a bank account. If you don't have one, you need to establish getting one so that you can provide that information to them.
Yeah.
So,
Job. You. And
you may need some security number, on other things.
it was not needed at the time. Down. I can get so many things because in order to put money in there.
Yes, some of them have a minimum balance.
But it has a minimum balance, which I wasn't able to reach.
Yeah,
Most of the time.
yeah, they, that's a, unfortunate thing. I don't have that, but, it should be okay. We'll be doing it very well.
Next week, we're having this gathering all together. Like on Monday, on the first of the month, having a gathering.
I guess it's the first next week.
I might try. I'll give you something to.
I've had bubble tea. But what's the other? Oh, Bombay tea. What is it?
Pastitio.
Pastitio?
Pastitio.
Pastitio.
Yeah.
What's that, right?
Yeah.
No.
You probably heard me, it's like,
Need to set the
I could make the time. It's like, I had I had like 5 hours video call.
Okay, we'll look forward for, yeah, we'll be, I'm sure. Now you wanted classmates, some may have dietary restrictions, you may have to ask. Because they've kind of told me what pizza they don't like, so I know what not to bring them. So you may want to, there's no need of me bringing pizza, I'm just eating myself. It's kind of.
Start brainstorming right now, some ideas for when or some questions to ask. Kind of sense what they're wanting.
How big they want it to be, or like our table is good enough, or we want. Very big, like a social.
Yeah, would you guys rather prefer moving from campus to campus or being at one campus for an entire day or week? And or would you think having like some sort of event? Because I mean, people will go to the table when you offer. Obviously, if there's candy, but BCM at the Southwest campus is always like, they're always like asking, they're always handing out food and stuff for you to like look at their table. But I never do. But I mean,
I'll bring my table.
we could bring Eli's thing and get coffee.
Brought random things, like,
Oh,
The market's so big. Well, what's that number? You know, you wake up one day like
society.
$150 million. Market.
can you think of one, like. They're so random and obscure and like.
Again, I did find, first of all, I can't find the actual, I don't know why I'm getting wrong.
But like,
I do remember you saying you collected some. I do have some old, I have like 3 pins from my son. I think it was like.
Ross, Ronnie Ross.
Oh, my God.
I don't know who it was, but.
So we'll ask some of those questions and
Okay, what do you want to do?
as long as everyone's just kind of like. Taking notes, asking questions if they feel inclined to. Hopefully it's not just us talking. But obviously I don't. They were here for the forum, so they kind of know type of. I don't speak to Costco.
That's some weird stuff like that.
We did an event around signing the registration for.
Another good.
I think what would be a good like, crossover. That's how we can do that.
You know, it would have been good to do an event at that, Blue Blitz or whatever they,
Yeah.
multicultural, so we may want to identify if there are any of those events.
What about the zoo?
Oh, the zoo.
The zoo, they could be at our table, or, and they don't even have to be there, they could just give us the forms unless they want to be there.
Yeah.
They could join our table. Yeah, zoo events coming out.
That's.
Yeah, that's right, that's what, April?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that'd be a great event, they could get a table with us, that's gonna be an awesome audience.
I guess April 26th, so that gives us an entire month. More to plan that, and it's just having us sit at the table.
Has everybody
Yeah,
submitted last week's time sheets?
I did. I don't know. if it's-
I'm in the process.
Okay. So fantasy.
Thank you.
Free food, free giveaways, free trip ride. Took the train though.
You don't go to the.
Very hot. Was sweating. And all the animals are tired.
Hungry.
Tigers this year, so it's probably gonna be like the picture all. Baby chimpanzee, so. Big news.
And we could write an article and, give a link to where they can online, register online too. So that may be a standing section on the page that we could do to assist them and getting people to register.
Yeah, and then also on the table too, have that there. And Ms. Ross can create the big board that goes on the table, the words registration. Your art projects and like those.
I'm on.
We got plenty of time, so we can bring that. No. Not from this last election.
It was like one after one.
I think the first time. So. It's.
Yeah, like all of MTV, like
Oh.
BET.
Was that during, Obama? Yeah, this campaign is crazy. It's something. The track.
And it's one they were talking about how like you either bridge or you bond.
Oh, yeah, you're talking about that with the bowling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I think he's an amazing bridger.
That bridge.
Only because from Carolina. If we could do it from Carolina. But if you want to do that,
By solid joint.
doing that, like we'll add
Has anyone ever met?
scheduling to.
Sounds good.
Just.
So that's just a story go along. Well, I could be here depending on, I think, what time. Pest control gets to my house tomorrow. I could be here in the afternoon. Okay.
Like,
So you need help working on it.
well, my plan was to like actually do one of the sessions.
I don't think it's gonna end up.
Yeah, no, that's a good idea.
So I need to, but I need to like, I have
on the chat.
do the entire, like, detail the entire step process. Like, you're on the website, no matter if it's,
Market.
yeah, and like describe that. And, like, I know how you're saying you want to help figure it out, get better, a better way to get there.
Yeah,
People
it's
decide,
free.
yeah.
I spent
I did that.
30 minutes.
We're not charging.
That should be part of the article too.
That's
A chat.
that's the goal.
Or we just talking.
Well, hopefully they should fix it more.
So-
But that's the thing, if that's the step,
But I will.
if that's the article you do, you just talk about,
All of us.
that could be the whole theme of the article for helping them, but also
Or
explaining how like
to make
difficult it is.
and
And then we can go and then we can start doing that for other things. It's difficult for, that can be a questionnaire with.
but no one
Yeah, we
found
can-
that because we could never
do the
sure about.
even do at the end of the article. The article will say, hey, what are other aspects of this that you want hard to navigate or to understand to do.
Your dentist knows. You're not a real fan.
I don't know anything.
I don't know if they are.
Yeah. You gotta watch them. Dwight betrayed Michael Scott and said he was taking him to. And he's like, "Here, yeah, and he's like, like, he said, you gotta take, I have all the seasons and I've watched the commentary on all of it.
It just goes against that banking system. You got, banking, but you want to.
Yeah, the guy played Kevin.
It's not one reason, I just talked about like just everything about.
He's a super
Other attorney. It's very.
I like it.
And
I think I like people, other shows, players.
Yeah, I've out,
On investment.
binged it.
Yeah, you watch it so much of it. But then if you give it a year or eight back.
Like three.
Or invest or interest in the stock market, we just see it as, well, you guys make some quick money from that.
I think she said, no,
That's why I like.
Um,
I wouldn't buy it, but I had to go back.
I got a message back.
I'm really excited just to operation.
I'm playing for that Wednesday, it'll snow and some. So.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't bring my
I'm gonna have to,
phone, but I'll let you know. if I'm
insurance
free on
guys.
Wednesday.
Oh, you're good. I'm gonna reach out and just say, hey,
Just
what
pretty much,
I'm gonna say.
can't create.
You know, if there's any way we could do part of, I could do the interview online, you know, say, if I just send you some questions, you send me, and then we could go through one day.
What do you?
When everything just there, hey, we're here, and then we can just go take a picture.
I'm not,
A Zoom, like,
so,
Yeah, that'd work too. We
I
could
know.
go. Maybe we can have them join the meeting. I don't know what,
That's a
I'm
great
guessing
guess.
actually.
What do you use?
Yes, I think.
Let me look at the.
Well, we got 2 minutes before they go on.
I don't.
So that's what I'm saying.
Just don't stress yourself.
I'm gonna try to find that sheet. Bring it. Probably today.
I said, God, until we
I don't think there, I don't know.
I didn't want to do it.
there's until we meet again, not
Walk
why.
every day. So,
I know there's a song that's like that.
But
This will be the last time. So, it's
That's
like one of the songs. Sing a lot of hymns. Like a lot of, what you learn, I just read some of those songs.
It was not the day.
I mean, yeah, because all the ones that I know when we were
I
taught,
classic.
like, are like basically like what we're singing on the relatives and then after.
Being that time.
Yeah.
Hello.
You start. Identify the.
Yeah, I think we're just waiting on one more. Hello,
Hi.
how are you guys?
Hi. Hi, Olivia. I'm looking at that nice room full of people. How are you?
Good.
Excited to talk to you.
Yeah, very much. Thank you for having us. Um, so are we coming into the middle of your meeting or did your meeting start at 3 o'clock?
Ours started at 2:30, so kind of like the middle. 3 o'clock's where we save that time for the special guests. So we came at the right time.
Oh, that's great. Well, just very quickly, but I want to meet you all first. I'm Maggie Romine, and I wear two hats. I have League of Women Voters and Chief of Staff with Oklahoma United. And with my um, both of those hats, I have Olivia Kerber, who is one of my interns with Oklahoma United, but I also recruit her for high school voter registration events for the League of Women Voters. And then Cademan Brooks is also on the call with us, and he is one of my Oklahoma United interns at Tahlequah. And he has, with another one of his partners, has created a why democracy is important presentation that I'd like to talk about with you all. But I would love to meet you in your room first so we know who we've been generously invited to speak with today.
Absolutely, and thanks again for each of you joining us. My name's Ethan Gray. I'm the managing editor for the TCC Connection, and I work underneath Dr. Goodwin, who's our great leader, I would say.
Fearless.
Fearless.
Fearless leader, love it.
Here.
Yeah.
I imagine what they say when I'm not here.
But that's me. This is Sierra Ross, our office manager.
Hello.
Thank you for getting us in the room, Sierra.
And I'm thinking that's an awesome event, like doing the presentation, that could be an event itself.
Oh yeah, we have many tricks up our sleeves, so we just want to hear what you're about and what you're thinking about, and then we'd love to chime in about how we could possibly collaborate.
Yeah, we got a few others in here that if they want to pop in for a quick second.
My name's Blake Sullivan. I'm a contributor for the Connection. Also currently the SPJ president. We're kind of in works on that right now, but I contribute to the paper here. Glad to be here.
Great.
Hi, my name is Samara Asfaha. I'm an associate editor here at The Connection, and I'm also majoring in political science and government at TCC.
Okay. Are you at the camp? Which campus are you physically located?
Northeast.
We're at the Metro campus downtown.
Okay, so downtown Tulsa.
Yeah, so we're just right in the middle of it.
Okay, got it.
Hi, I'm Camilla. I'm associate editor for TCC Connection, and I'm majoring in business.
Great.
I'm Chris Melicinos. I'm also a freshman and contributing editor for TC Connections, and my major is also business.
Cool.
Yeah, and those three are international students as well. So we have, and they're also part of the international student organization. So and they have major roles in that group. So we're glad that they're a part of us. But that's essentially it. We have one more. We have Miss Nyborg on the call. I don't know if she can speak just yet, but.
Yes, I can. My name is Tatiana Nyborg. I'm an editor for TCC Connection, and today I'm online. can talk to you online via Zoom.
Tanya?
And then I'm Jerry Goodwin. I'm the faculty advisor and a professor here at TCC.
Okay, great.
And
I am
I'm over
next. There you go. Next time I want to be in the room with you all. It looks great. I wish that we will physically be there with you next time.
Yeah, we look forward to that.
Yeah. So I'm just curious. So your international students, where is everyone from?
Yeah, we have quite a United Nations here. You're going to be very impressed as they go around the room and tell you. You're going to be very impressed.
Go, let her rip.
So here, Samar is from Ethiopia and Sudan.
Cool.
I'm from Uzbekistan.
Uzbekistan. Ah, very good.
And I am from Greece.
Uh-huh. Man.
Miss
Okay.
Nyborg,
Say it again.
Miss Nyborg, she's joining us online.
I'm a United States citizen, and I live here for about 20 years already. I'm a naturalized citizen, originally from Kazakhstan, a republic of the former Soviet Union.
Mm-hmm.
I have a degree in journalism. I began to study journalism in Kazakhstan at that time and transferred to Russia, where I received my bachelor's degree in journalism. And here at TCC, I study American journalism and art.
Wow. What a wonderful room. Okay, I wish we could get some good Ethiopian food in Tulsa. So if you can help me with that.
Me too. We're on the same boat.
Mother Road Market, they don't ever have pop-ups.
No.
What?
No.
No.
Have you tried any Ethiopian food?
Me personally?
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I spent quite a few years in San Francisco and I lived in New York. I raised my children. I raised my Ukrainian children in Brooklyn, so you know, a lot of food, a lot of good food.
Yeah.
But well, that's I love this very interesting group of people with lots of real world visions and perspectives. That is so important for a local newspaper and especially for Tulsa. I love it. Congratulations for such an awesome group.
Thank you. Really appreciate that.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, Olivia, I would like for you to reintroduce yourself, and then I'll have Cademan reintroduce himself properly. Just sing your praises really quick because they're both pretty outstanding young people doing great things in this life.
Hi, my name's Olivia. I'm still in high school, so I go to Owasso High School, but I do dual enrollment, so I actually do take TCC classes at the Northeast campus. So yeah, and I'm planning on double majoring in poli-sci and economics, and next year, for my 4-year degree, I'm going to Baylor University. So that's me.
Cademan?
Hi, I'm Kevin Brooks. I'm a student at NSU. It's my fourth year. I've been working on campaigns like this for 7 years now. So I've been doing that for quite some time. That's about it.
Mm-hmm. So, uh, Matthew Francine, who's the president of the League of Women Voters, was really excited. So, with the League of Women Voters, I am the chair of the Voter Services Committee, and we have been working to arrange as many voter registration programs or opportunities as possible this semester. But also then with my Oklahoma United, I also want to reach out to young people and have Cademan present his Why Democracy Matters. So I would love to hear from you what how we can partner and what we can how would you like to put us to work?
How long is the presentation?
Um, I think we could tailor it to whatever, however many minutes you would like. I know that we tend to lose, we never really have more than 30 minutes to an hour. But Cademan, how long do you think your presentation?
It was designed to be around 45, but we can cut it down if it needs to be. But yeah, if I had a guess, probably around that 30, 40 minute range.
So we know that Southeast Campus has a good turnout if you have like snacks and stuff. Um, and then the film room here.
Yeah, at the Metro campus, we got a few lounge areas, kind of like theaters and then auditorium, small auditorium size for lectures that if we want to host an event where that presentation could be given would be great. And yeah, I think there's other ways we can partner. I know a lot of different groups will have tables set up sometimes and will provide flyers and other information and registration. And that's something that obviously we want to partner with. And then in April, near the end of April, we have a huge school-wide event called Paint the Zoo Blue. And that's probably the biggest event for TCC that we do. It's where we get pretty much anyone at TCC can go to the zoo for free. And then all the organizations, all the student clubs will have tables set up in all the departments. So we would love to have you partnered with us, or even if you guys can't be there, give us the information. We can set up we have several iPads that we can use for registration online. And so that's one, yeah. So that's one way we could do something with registration, and also with presentation. I think that would be another cool concept to do, and find some time during the day or maybe an evening where we could get corner of the market on some of the different departments that would love to have their students be involved in this.
One thing, well, we most recently did just a straight up voter registration at Livia's high school on the 4th of February, and we were booked right outside the cafeteria during the I guess it was junior and senior lunch hour. And Olivia and a couple of her friends, they just went into the lunchroom and pulled people out. And we had future voter tattoos. We always have candy, and we had lines of students asking information, finding out, are you old enough? Do you have your driver's license? And with the League of Women Voters, they like us to use the paper copies of the voter registration. I think it's their way of keeping track. Um, I would like us to reach a more sophisticated level that we could register new voters online and still track those numbers for the league. There is also an option that I've discussed with the dean at Riverfield Country Day School. Is it country or county? I always get that confused. Riverfield. And he suggested that maybe we have a presentation with the senior class and it be a particular, event, whatever you call it, just a talk, a presentation, and we present Cademan and Olivia, and then Cademan also works with another one of his fellow students at Tahlequah, Abby Force. We could have, them presenting this, young people presenting to young students, listen, this is the reason why you need to be registered. This is important stuff for you. This is your future. We need to direct this, and starting right now, by the way. And so one idea that I thought would be terrific if we could have a group, a decent group of students, have the presentation, and then as they're leaving, oh, by the way, come over here and let's get you registered as you're, walking out the door. And also, we've talked about, I know that I'm not this smart, but I think that you could scan the code from the QR code from a distance and also register. But I like the idea of really talking to them and walking through it because a lot of times there's questions like what county do I live in? And we want to make sure that everyone spells their name perfectly. So I kind of like to stand over them to make sure that everything is perfect. But maybe that's too much. Maybe that's not necessary. I'll leave that to you all.
No, I think that's great, because yeah, it's definitely a process that you want to know thoroughly than
And
just.
watch that they do it, because maybe they're like making you feel not bad, so it looks like they're gonna do it, but they don't follow through.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, when we were at Olivia's high school, we had them lined up four deep at the table. And they were all just lined up, filling out, making sure each other. I mean, it was really fun. It was really fun. Everybody had a good time. I think we had about 18 people register in an hour's time.
I was thinking about the cafeteria here too, because there is a TV, and then like the student union did all of that. So like there are time periods where it can be pretty packed in there, and like they didn't care about what we were doing, but it was something and it was entertainment. Like, so do you play like music or anything? Like,
I don't know, Olivia, we could. Wh-
like
whatever, you know.
I mean, I don't really have an opinion on that. I mean, I'm okay with whatever. So, yeah.
man, I was just curious.
No, you're good. I definitely think having that presentation and then having time afterwards where we can have people explaining exactly the process, answering questions, is probably the best way to go about this rather than just leaving it to their own choices, and having
Mhm.
they
Encouragement.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
And also, I mean, Cademan, do you want to talk about your presentation a little bit? Just kind of give an overview of the the slides that you go through and how we might gin up some enthusiasm.
Yeah, so I don't have it right in front of me, but really the whole, focus of the presentation is just democracy, open things like open primaries and voter registration. So we kind of went multimedia with it. So we have like the regular slides, but I first started working on this back in December. So my first thought was, well, we don't want to do just slides. We want to, make it to where people pay attention and kind of get excited about it. So we've incorporated interviews that me and Abby did at the state capitol with state reps and state senators, really discussing all the issues that we wanted addressed on the presentation. Um, so really, that's kind of how it's focused. It's kind of heavily video based, but we also have slides for where to go to get registered to vote, and things like that.
We also we did not do this with Olivia's school, but we definitely need to do this the next time, is also have them register to vote.gov because when you do that, it will send you reminders. Don't forget, this election is happening in your district 4 days from now. And this is your polling precinct. This is, don't forget, this is where you're going. Got to be remembered. What's your plan? Just kind of these reminders because you know, everybody gets busy, everybody forgets. And then also it's like, wait a minute, is this election for me or is it, it's good to have those very specific reminders for you need to go vote on Tuesday for this particular race.
How many different websites can you register from? Do you know?
How many different websites can you register on?
Like
But
besides vote.gov?
Well, the State of Oklahoma Elections Board has the website where you can go and register online. That is connected to what do you call it, the DMV. So it is connected with your driver's license registration. That is where they connect the signatures. That is how it took it that long. It's why it works online because you need a signature to verify. And so that is an easy website to use and for the registration, but I don't know if there's a limit to different voter registration or voter websites for reminders. Vote.gov is the only one that I know about.
I was thinking, isn't there like vote.org that like Taylor Swift or something?
Oh, yeah. I think maybe.
So that gets confusing to me, like, which one do I do?
Oh, yeah. Well, you know what? I might be saying that wrong. We'll definitely have that perfect before we, meet with the group.
And then, I guess, since this is something we are wanting to do, is there a specific timeline you're thinking would work best for you guys? I know we have something coming up later at the end of March, but I think we're free after that for April. We want to plan
Okay.
some, gives us
What
time.
is now, and is this paint the school blue or what's the name of your event in April?
It's Paint the Zoo. So
Paint the Zoo. Okay. I
it's,
had that. Okay. And what day in April is that?
that is the 26th.
Okay, the 26th of April. What day of the week is that?
Find out.
Let me look. I'll look real quick.
It's a Saturday.
We're getting a Saturday for that.
It's a Saturday? Okay. Oh, okay, April 26th. So is that like an evening event?
Yeah, it starts at 6 and then ends around 9. So that'd be like just a afternoon kind of thing till evening.
So is it like they come in and have dinner or is it, tell me again about what Paint the Zoo Blue looks like.
It's more of a come and go kind of experience for TCC students and staff to just come in. They can explore the zoo. It's just kind of for TCC
in their families.
and yeah, their family. So it's really just kind of a get to know TCC for new students and just kind of a celebration. So yeah, but if we want to do something specifically with the presentation and something more catered to this, that could
Hmm.
be a little event, something more private, then we could
At the school.
if we could plan something around April, we could set up time to either get one of these rooms secured in advance so we have the place and the time to promote it.
Or
Hmm.
watching like movies related to like democracy. I don't know. I don't have one in mind, but like something where, not only a presentation, but like maybe there's a really good film, JFK, I don't know, like, and then have the people set up outside of it or whatever.
Hmm.
Or I don't know what type of things are.
Uh-huh. Well, I think for so Paint the Zoo Blue, I think that we could get a table for voter registration
Okay.
there that evening. That would be the League of Women Voters. And we could have a voter registration at that event. You said there's lots of different vendors and people speaking and
Not, I don't think there's necessarily any speakers. There'll be a space at the zoo. I think I can't remember what area, but there's usually a ton of tables set up with each, organization and club that's at
where
TCC.
does it physically take place at the zoo?
Yeah, it's at the zoo.
They like shut
Huh.
it down, like
Oh, okay.
Like the event center that we go into and many of the schools, organizations are represented. We thought it would be ideal to have you join us at our table.
Aha, I get it. So you will be there and we will be at your table.
Yes.
Yeah.
This event. Okay, I get it. I get it. Okay. Um, all right, that sounds good. That sounds good. And then also, we would like to talk about options where where we could present Caedmon's presentation to your students, like at a very targeted, say we'll give 30 to 45 minutes. I don't know, Caedmon, we'll let you make that decision. And then also what's appropriate. I want to keep their focus. I want to keep their attention. If we present and talk for 30, 45 minutes and hopefully get some questions from the students and then offer, I don't know how much time they will have, so maybe it's an hour altogether in between their other classes and lunches and meetings and things. So you tell us how much time we have for Caedmon, and we will be on I would imagine we come on campus
Right.
and dovetail into one of their classes, or it's a speaking of a special speaker speaking event, and then we could come and present, and the students can ask questions and have voter registration.
Yeah, and I think once we I think we just got to decide the size of the space. We here at the Metro campus, we got two buildings, and one of them is the Center for Creativity, and that's where a lot of the media classes are.
Uh-huh.
There's a big auditorium here where we kind of host different things. We hosted what was it, the mayoral forum.
Oh yeah. Oh yes, yes, yes. Uh-huh.
So that'd be a big space, but if we're wanting this to be a little more, I guess, closed off, we could also go across the street to the main Metro campus, and they've got areas around the student union. There's also the theater room, and that's kind of like in the middle of different classes and different ways for people to walk by. And so that could give us time to have tables outside the theater room for them to register at, and then also
Uh-huh.
for the presentation, because there's a screen in there and projector. So I think it fits about what, like 50 or so people, maybe. I mean, we could decide, figure out what size we want.
What about like, would any of y'all's poli-sci teachers?
Yeah.
Are you okay with the guest speaker? So then you can get like targeted audiences. Like,
Yeah, because we could
Go to
reach
the
out to
classroom.
we could reach out to professors like we did for the forum. We reached out to professors and they allowed their classes to come to the forum. I don't know if it was for extra credit, but it was at least they allowed that class to come to be at that forum, which lasted.
Class credit. That's good. That's a good carrot.
So we'll try to promote that to the professors that we've talked to previously, and they've been pretty good about that. Yeah, and I know a professor who is really interested in getting people out there to vote, so I'll ask him tomorrow.
Okay.
So yeah, I think Dr. Goodwin, if we wanted to do the C4C, do you think that would be the best place to do it?
Well, I would think over in the food area, not a lot of people come in to see for C.
Okay.
So usually the lobby area, people in and out, or the cafeteria area, and people at the student union, they usually congregate there.
Okay, student union on the first floor,
No, I'm thinking the student union on the second floor,
second floor.
or the same floor as cafeteria,
Okay,
but on the other side.
so we could ask about the student union and see the availability of just having us there for an hour, and we can get back to you on that, and then seeing about sometime in, think it maybe mid to beginning of April.
Okay. And then I would have all this depend on Caedmon's availability and schedule. Is that right, Caedmon?
Yeah, I should be able to make any time work. Just keep me updated. I know Abby will probably want to be there, so we can work with her too.
Mm-hmm.
So do we want to, so I guess once we figure out the date for getting that room availability, we can reach out to see your schedule and then see what time period best works.
Yeah, I think that sounds great.
Do you guys need more volunteers? Like,
Well, I think that I would be able to, depending on the date and the time, I would be able to rustle up some League of Women Voter volunteers, and then like Olivia, this would be a little bit of a cross-pollination between the League of Women Voters and Oklahoma United, because Cademan is one of my Oklahoma, well, both Olivia and Cademan are Oklahoma United interns. So I have a group that I could pull from. I don't know, Olivia, if Kimberly would be available. We could see if we need extra help from your team. That would be great too. We can wait, see how it comes together as we get closer.
Well, I think our next step, once we end this meeting, we'll reach out to Student Life to see when we can use that room. We'll figure out the dates. We'll send you the dates, see which ones work best, and then we can figure out the right time during the day and during the week that we think will get the most traffic. And then going from there, we'll just reach out to professors. We'll write a few stories about the event, see how many we can get.
And then Cademan, this is a little bit sidebar. I want you to confirm with Margaret that your presentation is speaking and saying the things that you have all the corrections, edits, and clarity that you want. And then we'll share that with you before we present it to your students, so you know what we'll be talking about.
That'd be awesome. I think
Okay.
going from there, is there any questions you guys have for us before we wrap things up?
Cademan, Olivia?
No, I'm good.
I don't have anything.
Okay, yeah, thank you all very much. Thank you
Awesome.
for
Thanks for
yeah,
joining
thanks
us.
for having us. Yeah, I appreciate it.
Looking forward to this partnership and hoping we get a good turnout.
Uh-huh. Perfect. All right. Well, have a great afternoon. Enjoy this gorgeous weather, and we look forward to talking with you again soon.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Well, gang, I guess we have some work to do. I guess, Sarah, we can work on sending out that email to the Student Life. That would probably know availability.
there's like rooms that availability, like,
Oh, there is.
how easy it is to find them.
And you can find that and
Reserve a room,
the room that we're thinking of, what's it called again? It's on the second
something
floor.
filling.
Metro or something.
Metro.
Here where we had
Is that on the second floor? I guess
it's not a great spot.
So
Oh.
what's the
I
one?
love that place, but I would say the cafeteria because people are
Yeah.
eating and
So
like.
you-
But is there a way
And
to do
student-
that presentation? We
Yeah,
have to set
I
up-
mean, they might be coming and going, and it might be
I
like,
think they have a projection screen or a projector screen in the.
Is that right next to the cafeteria?
Yeah, it's like right there, well, by cafeteria, are you talking about like the little deli thing? Or where they make the hamburgers and stuff?
that one's
I might go-
smaller.
How about we go over there in like a second?
Well, so if you go to, so you go through the main building, or like walk in there, it's up on the second floor. And there's like there's balconies up over there, that's where it's at, where the balcony, you can see it from here. I think. No, maybe not.
On the other side, are you talking about the other side?
Yeah, it's right above the bookstore.
Okay, I,
Southeast is gonna have the best turnout though.
so you think?
I was gonna say Southeast, that auditorium that they had the Trump 2.0 thing in was,
Pretty decent size.
it was a decent size. Kind of hard to find too.
Yeah, it is in the, you gotta go.
I mean, I had to
Yeah,
go through the catacombs to get there.
it is, yeah, it is jarring.
With
What
proper signage, wouldn't be too
is the
bad.
political science classes in that school, or is they are you're on Metro?
I Any of them that I've taken from here, but I
That
mean,
might be the best place. Here might be the best
That's a
place.
government.
Then they don't have to drive there.
well, but I think they have some there too, though, because, well, I know that like Dr. Knox was giving all his students extra credit for the 2.0, and it was a packed auditorium.
So we can figure this out. I think, yeah, it's not here, south, west, southeast. Southeast would be the best, would be the best option because we got more people, but here might be the best. It's middle and Colesville, I don't know.
I think either way, you're probably gonna have a decent turnout if there's enough promotion.
That's what I'm saying too.
Enough promotion, and then, like I said, if we were to try to secure the film room over there, I mean, same with Southeast, if you got the auditorium.
We need a good play. I think either one of those rooms would be
Student
the
union,
best.
because people play pool in there.
Yeah,
like,
that's why I was
even if
thinking
they're
that
not
spot, because
paying
it is
attention.
right there by the little dining
Their bodies
area.
are there.
Pool table there.
Right here.
Yeah, it's right above the gym, the books, or the gym's above it. Gym's on the 3rd floor, I think. I mean, you got a lot of traffic going through there all the
Let's
time.
go over there here in a little bit, just to
It's
look
your
at it.
newest one, do you?
We
think
can
you should
figure,
put
we
out
can
to the gate?
confirm which
Or-
one by the end of this week.
Oh.
Yeah.
We can definitely
It's-
just start
but that's
pumping
what
out
last
information,
week was
then
Okay,
asking professors.
I was just like, I don't.
For the student registration, we just want to get.
Yeah.
Even if they're already registered, if we can get people there.
Most of the time I
who are,
just copy the old one.
Yeah.
Cause
So
I
between-
don't know where the template, I mean, I
Oh.
downloaded it, but it
Oh.
didn't work.
I contacted all
Oh,
the.
just forget,
professors
like,
over there,
I think it's
with
like,
my articles and all copy
yours.
of it.
Yeah.
you don't like
And,
save
yeah.
as, you know what I mean?
Oh.
But I always drop it back in there, but I haven't been on my game.
It's okay, I just started copying
Yeah.
the previous one.
I gotta, real interested in stuff with him, so he's got on.
That's
Comp one, comp two, so that's a
15th.
I have to pitch it to them, the English department. Yeah, even though it's not political science, but.
Well, I mean, you could get, like, the, student life too, I mean.
Oh, yeah, they put it on the southeast, they have a ton of
Um,
those screens all over the place.
So yeah, what do you think?
Actually, as long as we have them out. And
They're,
I mean,
a lot of, they could probably.
They-
They
a lot
might have some interest too, like.
so the main thing,
Yeah, I'll,
it's promotion.
I'll go over
If-
here.
if they're meeting there.
After meeting this,
I meant for your or.
I'll probably just go ahead and end this, Tanya, since we're just talking about getting a room for this event, but if anyone has any questions or anything they want to bring up for the meeting before we wrap things up.
Who's our next speaker and when?
Kim McCall. Next Monday.
Next
She
Monday.
is,
The professor, she's a communications professor. Well, she's got a background in like news, art news.
that's good. Okay.
Okay. So that's our next guest, Kim McCullough,
Yeah,
or
and
doctor or professor.
almost
Adjunct.
doctor.
Yeah, adjunct.
Okay,
Okay,
so professor for now.
adjunct professor here, and I'm not sure what you need to do.
Okay, so we'll have that next Monday and,
And she mostly, right now, her classes, she has a lot of like high schoolers. And me and her dream about like getting the high schoolers involved in some way.
so
But we
maybe the
have-
next Dow Jones.
Yeah, but we have like transportation issues. That seems to be the biggest, cause like they're bused from their schools.
Oh.
So- so,
That's on the list for next week. I guess just, if anyone has any work, send it to me. I know Dr. Goodwin, we sent you the list of articles that are still out there. I know I should probably have an article from Tanya. Camilla still has her article of the Spotlight series. It's still you look at. Blake has 2 articles.
I did put those in the folder.
And Samar, you got, is that article ready for posting? The scholarship?
Just the headlines, editing, and that's it.
Okay, you just send that to me whenever, I'll get it published ASAP. and then- I think that's it for the time being, but if you need a refresher, I can send you the list. Me and Sierra created a Excel sheet, or she did. So we'll send it to you again. We sent him the Excel list of the articles last week, so you should
And
have.
the
it.
red indicates pronto.
We can resend it, but in the meantime, see everyone next week. It's not gonna snow, so we'll be back. See ya.